Hey guys, welcome to another webinar. And I want to welcome you to the fifth day of October 2025. So before I start anything, just a quick disclaimer. This is just primary educational use only. I'm not trying to show you or try to tell you to, follow whatever it is that I'm doing right here. I'm just showing you an educational way or financially literate way of looking at the market rather than just going into the market randomly. So if you've never been here before, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome again. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at stocks, right? As I told you in the last webinar, there's a COT report for stocks, and it's not the same as the normal COT report that we know, but it's similar in the concept that every publicly traded company needs to file a form with the SEC. So to show us exactly what they're doing, right? That's the game. So now, um, yeah, let's get right to it. So, for those that have not been here before, we look at something called COT report, Commitment of Traders report, and this covers assets such as forex indices, some livestock and stuff like that, metals. And there's a secondary to that, which is the one from the SEC, which is called Form 4, which allows you to see the same thing, but on the stock end. And then we follow through from the COT side to something called seasonality, which is the seasons of the year that shows exactly how price move at specific times of the year. So in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And that does that in a specific range. So let's say in the last 15 years, we look at how prices moved within the last 15 years in those period of time. And then we can also look at it within the last 3 years, within the last 5 years to see exactly how price has been moving, you know, so far to understand the full concept of what's going on in the market. Now, this is what the COT generally looks like, and it's a lagging indicator. It lags for, if I'm not mistaken, a week. Sometimes they don't release it on time, but about a week, but it still gives us good information and it shows us the trade of the market. Now, there's something similar that looks like this on the SEC side, on the stock side. Yeah, it looks like this. I showed you a different site last week. That one is down at the moment. So this is another one that allows you to also see this information. I have to be honest with you, this information are free, guys. Right? Some of them do lag, before they come out, but it is what it is. It's free information anyway. So it gives you more alignment into the market. So now let's look at this, guys. As I said, we're going to be looking at stocks today. And this company right here, Lilly Endowment, INC, Inc., is, I think it's a pill, it's a pharmaceutical company, I believe. And you can see right here, it's proposing, and this person is a 10% owner that's making this trades, and they're proposing to sell 295, shares, 295,000 shares, and that should be worth about 225 million. And then there's another 305,000 shares that I want to sell, which should be worth about 251 million. And if you look from the past, they have been selling, they sold about 177 million right here. And that's 215,822 shares that they've sold. And you can see they've been selling for a while, right? Now, if you look at, let me see if I can get the, yeah, let's look at the stock generally. If you look at it currently right now, you can see that it's growing, right? It's growing. And why is it growing? You should ask yourself the question, why is this guy growing when they are proposing to sell? I mean, this is the third, right? Right here, which was 2 days ago. Today is fifth. And as of that third, let's see what this person has done. This person sold on the second, right? They filed a form on the second and they sold on the 1st of October, but it hasn't fallen yet, right? So if you had look at this on the 1st of October, on the 2nd of October, and came down here, and you saw this fire and like, oh, this person's done this, so I'm gonna quickly sell. On that second, you'll be losing some money right now, right? Now, this is why we mix this with something called seasonality to understand what's happening, right? So let's look at the seasonality chart of this. I have this already loaded up right here. And what we can see is on the seasonality chart for this guy, this is the 5th, you can see it's not due to fall till around the 14th, around 14th of October right here. Now, this seasonality chart is not on our site yet, right? Because those of you that know, most of the seasonality charts are here. We do have some stocks there. We have some indices, but these guys are not part of the main core that we have right here at the moment. So this is slightly separate. These are my own personal seasonality that I have in the background, but I want to share with you guys. So as you can see, this is the past 15, 10, and 5 years. We can see that this guy is due to fall around the 14th. That's its normal trade. And if you look at it, it's been due to go up from the 29th around here, right? Right. So if we go back to this guy and look at it, look at what happened around the 29th. This is 29. And now I know is if you look at this side of you'll see the date right here. So see 28, 26 was a Friday and 29 was the Monday, following Monday, I think. And you can see that 29, look at what happened with price. Price has been going up, just like the seasonality has shown us here. But just because of seasonality showing us here that it's going to go long doesn't mean it's actually going to go long. It's been falling for a while. I mean, it's been falling from the 17th right here. But if you look at seasonality, it's meant to be falling from, okay, I mean, everything is not aligned right here. So we always like everything to align. So all three has to align. The blue, the red, and the green has to be in alignment before you go to the trade. So all of them were meant to be falling from around they're aligned around the 21st, right? And if we look at 21st, so it's been falling from that. So 21st must have been a Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, 21st was a Sunday. So it's either you went in on the 19th or you've gone in on the 22nd. If you've gone in on the 22nd, obviously you will have to break some of that fall. I know this looks good, but it doesn't mean you should trade it, right? Because of seasonality shows you that. It doesn't mean 100% it's going to work. So we have to do a little bit more research. Now, the good thing about this tool is it gives us the news of what's going to happen with this asset. So if you go down and let's say we choose that 29th, right? And look at the news that came around on the 29th around this time. You can see one thing right here. Look, Eli and Company plans $6.5 billion investment to bolster pipeline production, right? And that came from a source called Insider Monkey, right? Now, if they're telling you they're going to invest 6.5 billion, I mean, as a investor, if you're hearing people are investing 6.5 billion, you think, oh man, these guys know what they're doing, right? You ain't gonna throw 6.5 million away. And on the 29th that they made that announcement, am I mistaken? 29th here, that they made that announcement, you can see what happened to their stock right here. Once they made that announcement, this guy started going up. But we already know why they made that announcement because of seasonality showing you around the 29th, something tends to happen. Around 28, 29 right here, something tends to happen in this guy. And if you're looking at this stock around 28, 29, and then you saw this news right here, right, that they're going to invest 6.5 million, that should tell you something, right? That should tell you something straight ahead. So what I'm trying to tell you or what I'm trying to show you guys is the market is kind of pre-planned, just like certain things in life are pre-planned by the elites, let's call them that. And they would show you what they're trying to do, and it's up to you to then see it or not. I mean, if you click on the article, you can read more of the article right here. But they've given me a snippet already. If you're planning to invest, 6.5 billion, it's already telling me this asset is going to go up. It's just like any politician coming on the TV and saying, look, we're going to be pumping the 10 trillion into our market economy. You should know that, man, if they're pumping that much amount of money, something's about to happen. or they're saying, oh, you know what, we're going to boost interest rate for, for a period of time. You should already know what's about to happen, right? So that gives you an example of how the market is rigged. Let's just put it that way. Now, as I said earlier, it's for educational purposes only. I'm not trying to tell you to go do this. And the reason I picked this asset was it's one of the first one listed here because it has the latest date right here. So I just picked one at the top. We could have easily picked this guy and see what this guy did as well. But I just chose one at the top and then I went for it, right? So from the one we've just chosen now and we've looked at, if you're connecting a dot, you can see that you don't have to be sitting down watching the market 247. It's not something you sit down and watch 247. You want to wait for the alignments and then follow through. For this asset, for example, you can set, let's say, you can set a reminder for you in January around here, set a reminder for you around here in August, set a reminder for yourself around here in October, right? And then only then you come and then you check, oh, what's happening in regards to the news? Because setting a reminder, you already use the seasonality to set it. And then you come here to check on the news. There's something called probability as well. I haven't shown you guys today, but it's on the side right here, right? Let me just try to get some probability up to show you what it looks like. It shows what's going to happen in the market before time, right? So, but these seasonality are currently out of date. I haven't updated them for a while. But I should be doing that soon. It's just I've been extremely busy. As you guys can tell, I haven't been on for a very long time. I'm just trying to find a little bit of time here and there to be able to, show you guys what's possible, right? But for guys that have access to the site, you can always utilize the other tools that are there for you. So probability tends to show you the percentage on a specific day if it's going to be buy, if it's going to be sell. And you'd be surprised for a while, you do see some 100% dates in the market, right? That's been going 100%. And those are pretty accurate. Um, so yeah, that's that. This is what probability looks like. It shows you for the entire year. I mean, this is 2022 now, but if it was 2025, it's going to show you all the way to December 2025, for what's going to happen throughout that entire year. So going back to this asset, this Lily asset, you can see they're selling now and they're going short. What you want to pay attention to is start reading, just look at the highlights in the news, right? Look for some negative and highlight in the news when this is about to, around this period, right? If you see some negative around 13, uh, around 11, 12, 13 right here on their news, then you know that this asset is about to fall. And you can see that looking at the chart, this guy's been going up for a while now. So what you want to do is wait for it to keep going. Just keep watching and observing it. Just wait for it. It's going to fall again. That's guaranteed. This guy is going to fall sometime. I'm not saying guaranteed 100% telling you to fall on the 12 or whatever. You have to do your own personal research. As I said, this for educational purposes only. But it's guaranteed to fall anytime soon. So just wait for that time. If you're around the mark, I've already shown you this guy already, around between 11th and 14th right here. Go on the site, look at the news. Is it giving you anything negative during that time? It's already showing you that they're already selling. They're selling heavily. You get, how can you make an announcement, a news announcement around the 29th that you're going to be investing 6.5 billion, right? And then you're coming right here, you're already selling your asset. They're doing some C Ronaldo Messi stuff right here. You understand? So these guys they're dribbling the masses. So when they made this announcement, a lot of guys are running to the market. Yeah, we're gonna make some money. And they're bought and they're making money. Now the slaughter is about to happen. So the question is, are you gonna be part of the people that rake some money when the slaughter is happening, slaughtering some of these guys that have gone in? Or are you going to be part of the people being slaughtered if you go, if you're buying? And if you bought already, you need to be looking for an exit route around here and selling back down. So you make money on the long and make money on the short. So guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm not really trying to make this thing long. I'm just trying to show you the possibilities of what's, is happening in the market. I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay blessed See you in the next one, inshallah, and we'll take it from there. Peace.